Hi, we're live. I'm blurry. That always happens. But
You
today,
always talk with the mic in front of your face.
I know. But today, we're going to be talking about our recent trip to Tennessee. I literally minutes ago published the very final video in that series of our trip to Tennessee. This is a late night live stream. We haven't done one of these in a while. But really for the purposes of just being able to talk about this trip that we just had like 2 weeks ago, but that I finally finished editing so we can just have this dialogue about one of the just most enjoyable, cozy, warm, but also frigid and cold, but adventurous trips together that we have done in a long time. You said that this reminded you of our Disneyland trip. Just I don't know, as far as just like a trip that was just so significant to us and the memories that we got to make on it.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
It was just magical and it was beautiful. And it was one of my favorite trips outside of our first trip to Disneyland because I think nothing can top that one.
Yeah. Just going somewhere together for the first time is always going to be significant. The first cruise that we go on, the first time that we go to California or Tennessee or anywhere else that we go. We went to Alaska for the first time together, but that was with my family. But us just
Still got to go.
yeah, together. So because I just posted the last video, nobody's had a chance to watch it as of a live stream. If you're watching this on the replay, then hopefully this can be just sort of like a dialogue about our entire trip. I specifically wanted to do this live stream tonight, just because we are going to be for traveling for Christmas, and just our work schedules just are not they're not very aligned at the moment.
In sync.
Yeah, so this is going to be kind of our chance to do this. So this is going to be sort of a multi-part live stream. We're going to open up some mail, and we're going to just talk about a trip, and then we're going to do some gingerbread houses because Christmas is only a few days away. So yeah, and if anybody has any questions just about our trip, about just the narrative of our experience and what we did, which is we flew into Knoxville and drove to Pigeon Forge, and then drove to Gatlinburg, went to the Great Smoky Mountains, went to Dollywood too, in between all that. So I'm excited to talk about it. This is just, I've been so, when I edit these videos, I condense the unedited raw experience, which is for pretty much every day. From this trip, it was about 2 hours that I was able to try to get under an hour. So I just relived the entirety of our experience, and this gives me a little closure to do a live stream on it.
Nice. But hello, Eric, William, Rodney, Ed, and then Steven. Hi, it was really nice to meet you as well.
Yeah. So I think just at the beginning of this, well, maybe people are showing up because, again, last minute. But we haven't done a live stream together in a minute. We're both wearing some Tennessee shirts.
I got my Mystery Mine shirt on.
I'm wearing my Comedy Barn hat there. Everything is blurry about me. That's fine.
It's because you talk like this.
Yeah, but then I don't know. I
somehow manage it.
I know, but I talk more. I do. You know that.
Doesn't mean it has to be right here.
All right, I'm going to turn myself up a little bit more, and then I'll move the microphone slightly off to the side. Brennan's wearing her Mystery Mine Dollywood shirt, and I'm wearing an Ober Gatlinburg shirt that I did not get on this trip, but that you got for me
on my last trip.
And the back of this looks like that. So, yeah, this is a fun shirt. So let's open up some mail.
Happy holidays to you, Remarkable.
So we got just a few letters in the mail and stuff. I hadn't actually gone to my P.O. box in a while, and actually got a call from, I don't know if it was the postmaster, but the
Postmaster General?
No, just from an employee at the post office saying, "Hey, you need to come pick up some stuff." And I was like, "Huh, I have stuff." So I got excited. So this is a letter right here with a little picture of the snowman from Hogsmeade.
Hopefully we don't read anything too personal.
No. This just says, Roy and Brennan, have yourself a merry little Christmas from Susan and Michael. So thank you very much, Susan and Michael.
Thank you, Susan and Michael.
This one says, Happy Holidays. sending you joyous holiday greetings. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas as an engaged couple. Congrats. We couldn't be more thrilled for you both. Thank you for another year of taking us along for the ride on your adventures. Looking forward to many more in 2025. And if you happen to come up to our local theme park, Holiday World, let us know. That is from Mark Spain and Amy Stewart.
Thanks, Mark and Amy.
Yeah. And then this one was really cute.
It's got kitties all over it.
Yes. So this is
I haven't seen any of these.
Yeah, because when I get stuff in the mail, I want to
He
open it
hoards
at
it.
a live stream because I don't know, I want to kind of savor that reaction if I can. Let's see, there's a few things going on here. So this says, wishing you a fantastic holiday. So many exciting events for you in the future. Merry blessings from Amanda and Chad. And then just like a little this one was cool. They photoshopped their cats as I don't know if you can see that, but they're like Harry Potter characters.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't show anything.
I don't think so.
Okay, no, I didn't.
Gave this like a kind of a general look.
General look?
So we're not gonna go into the full details here because this is like an actual Christmas card, just sort of updating their personal lives. But just all the pictures of their cats and stuff is just really adorable. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Chad and Amanda.
This stuff always goes on our binder that we have, where we kind of collect just little postcards and messages and letters and stuff from people. So probably want to read through that a little bit later.
Sorry, I'm almost done.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, right. So
I thought there was one more card.
we'll get to it because that's part of the box, I think.
Oh, okay.
Now this says, wishing you both and your families a happy Christmas. Thank you for the videos, Amanda and Chad. And they sent this.
This is the coolest card.
Right? It's not even a card. This is
It's just an experience.
a love pop. We've gotten these before, and they're always really cool. Just it's like a pop-up card, right? So this is a 3D wreath that you're able to fold, and it says Happy Christmas, and it's a Harry Potter wreath, which is really neat.
Happy Christmas, Ron.
Happy Christmas, Harry. So yeah, we're gonna put that up definitely. And they came in this love pop card.
This is actually really cute because we can reuse this and use it as decorations.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that came in this bag.
Thank you, Douglas family. It's very cute.
Mm-hmm. But also it came in that bag. Pokemon cards. They know me. Let's see. I'm gonna get something crazy, Brennan.
Are you?
Probably not, because I never do anymore.
Ooh.
Let's see. Ooh, I did get something. I got a Magby full art
Nice.
card. That's cool. That's actually adorable. Look at that.
Aw. I don't know if you can see it.
Probably not.
Probably not.
We have the ring light around the camera because it is so dark right now.
Yeah.
I prefer doing live streams during the daytime because I don't like the nighttime.
I don't like it.
That is so. Dang it! I wish you could see that.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
It's very cute.
It's a little Magmy. He's taking a little little bath in a pool of magma in a volcano. Crazy. I got something in a single pack. How cool! So now this is a box of goodies. And I did open this. I didn't open anything in the box. Because when I saw what's in here, and this is from, look at this card. This card's absolutely awesome. So this is from Bronte, and it's a Harry Potter card there with a sorting hat, and a snitch, and an owl, and a wand, and a Hogwarts acceptance letter, and the Deathly Hallow symbol, and a 9 3/4 symbol, and then a firebolt, and Harry's glasses, and then all the Hogwarts houses there at the top. And this says, Dear Roy and Brennan, wishing you the most magical Christmas and an enchanting New Year. Congratulations on your engagement. High five.
We did it.
Thank you for another wonderful year of videos. You always make me smile and feel so safe. I hope one day I can meet you. Happy holidays.
Hope one day
Best
we can
from
meet you too.
Bronte. So I like this card is so cool.
Now I'm excited to see what's in this.
I know.
I wanted to open it immediately.
Vernon really wanted to open them, and I was like, no, because they're individually wrapped like actual gifts here. I don't know if they say to who.
Guess we can just assume it's for
Both of us.
both, or obvious who.
I wonder what that is.
Obvious who it could be for.
We're engaged. We're supposed to share everything now.
That's marriage.
Oh. Okay.
What's mine is still mine.
So you want to each open a couple?
Sure.
Alrighty. So we have 4 little presents here.
This was so nicely wrapped and so thoughtfully wrapped.
So there was something that I actually needed to... We wrapped each other's gifts and put them under the tree, which we've also decorated for Christmas around the house. You're going to see that video probably tomorrow. Just catching up on things, you know, like a big trip. It always sets me back a little bit.
Aww.
But I might actually reuse this ribbon for something that I needed to ribbon underneath the tree. Oh, it's Ravensburger.
Oh my god. It's the Lorcana company. Oh, it's a cute board game.
Oh, got all squished in the mail. Uh-oh.
That's fine.
That's so cool.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of game. It looks nice and simple.
Yeah,
my
Ravensburger
favorite kind.
produces, distributes the Lorcana card game.
Adventure
also do
through the
puzzles.
sky. Explore the magical world of Disney as you pilot a hot air balloon. Guide your balloon through 6 charming lands and collect stamps for your passport. Roll a die to see where you'll move. Sunshine is the best weather for flying, but watch out for the wind and clouds. Be the first to collect 4 stamps from 4 different lands to win. Maybe we can bring this with us.
Cool. Like to North Carolina?
Yeah.
Maybe we could, yeah. My mom absolutely loves board games.
Thank you. This is so cute. This is what it looks like.
My family generally
This is
leans
the
towards games that are complicated, like Risk and stuff, but
And I like
the easy things.
I like the easy stuff. That's what's fun.
They like trivia and that kind of, you know. I like the
I don't want to have to think. I want to play sorry.
I like the games that I can like to just have fun and make people laugh and stuff. I've always liked those like creative games where you make something out of clay or you draw a picture or something, or you like pantomime.
Oh, I love
or
like
you like do
Cards
an
Against
impression or
Humanity
something.
And what do you mean? Like I love those games.
Yeah, but like Cranium or something. I like
Open.
that. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna open this because I feel like I have an idea what it is.
Sylvester
Yay!
Floof just says G.
Gah.
Pokemon.
Is another Pokemon card pack. Do you want to open this one?
Sure.
Too bad.
Do I keep them if I win them?
No.
What?
Yes, you can.
Nah, we can open this later.
No, I just opened up mine.
What if this is supposed to be for you though?
Talking to Phil, awkward silences. I've opened up so many Pokemon packs, I can just... And then Brendan has to, like...
I have tiny hands, okay?
Back when Pokemon was rough to come by, I used to open up
Brr.
Pop-Tart packs just to get that rush.
Ooh. Nice. Iron leaves.
So we haven't done collected Pokemon really since 151.
Mm-hmm.
There's some Pokemon sets that are coming out
So
that are actually going to be pretty
What's
cool.
future? Is
It's
this
like
new?
it's like future and ancient now that they're doing.
I like this like ombre look.
They also have this like ace spec pink card that's I don't know. I had to like draw the line of Pokemon at some point when it came to like what am I doing with this. Lorcana kind of took the place of that. But every now and then it's kind of fun to grab a pack, which is what I really wanted getting back into Pokemon is the idea that like, you know what, I'm at the store, I'm gonna buy a Pokemon pack.
Did you open this?
No.
Oh, get to it.
What the heck? I'm talking to my friends.
Multitask.
But there's a new set called Prismatic Evolutions coming out that's going to be like the new Eevee set, which is the new, like, it's like Evolving Skies 2.0, which people are really excited about. They're doing this like crystallized Pokemon thing that not a lot of people like a lot, but they're also making some very pretty cards that I wish Lorcana would take note of because Lorcana, your cards need to get prettier and more textured.
Hey, they're trying.
They're moving
The
towards it.
legendaries now are textured.
Yeah.
And this card game just started. Pokemon is on what year now?
25 plus. Okay.
Oh, look now who's not in frame. Thought we were supposed to open a couple each.
Aw.
Oh, cute.
This is a little Lego Celio? Poplio. I don't even know what I'm saying. Little Poplio guy. Cool. I see these at Target, and I'm always tempted to get them. And now I got one. And it's a Poplio.
I got one too.
Litten? Yay! I didn't know they made I thought it was just the Pokeball ones. That's a great ball. Cool.
This could all very much be for you.
How do you know that? What gave you that idea? Well, we're going to share them.
Thank you so
But
much.
the Magby is mine. Okay, so we opened up mail. Thank you, everybody that sent mail, that sent a card.
I love the cards.
I haven't been to the mailbox in a while.
Yeah,
And,
you're out of town.
Yeah. I mean, even before that, I kind of, not that I forgot about it, but I don't go as often. And to actually go and then there actually be stuff. It's just it's really exciting because it's I don't advertise that I have a P.O. box. I don't even put the address anywhere. So if anybody sends something in the mail, it's because they actively seek that address out and they really want to send something because, they like us, I hope. Any cruises in the future? No.
No.
Not that I know about. Would never say no to a cruise.
No. Trying to take a break until it's
Speak for yourself. I want to take a cruise.
Well, we took this break to go to Tennessee.
I know, but it's so why we went to Tennessee is because that has always been probably at the very top of our list of things that we wanted to do together. Mm-hmm. We both love Tennessee so much. The Smoky Mountains. We love hiking. We love Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, and just having been multiple times separately, that's something that we had not gone together to do. That was just sad. You had never been to Dollywood. You watched my trip to Dollywood, and you really wanted to go to Dollywood. You watched me to go to Old Smoky Moonshine, and you're like, I got to go there, and just the experiences that we have separately, induce the experiences that we have together and what we want to do together.
Yeah, and I didn't
stuff
realize
that you did it. You wanted me to do with you, and
I didn't realize how close and centralized Dollywood was to everything. I thought Dollywood was this way out of the touristy area. Yeah.
Well, when I went 5 years ago with my family, we did stay at this cabin, but it was by a lake, and so our transit from that lake house to Dollywood did take about an hour. So when we stayed in Pigeon Forge, and I got car sick too when we went to Dollywood last time. That was rough because it was just driving back in the winding roads at night, which I don't do that well at night. In winding mountain roads unless I'm driving. Hit or miss sometimes, but anyway, so the last trip to Dollywood, or to just Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg and stuff, that wasn't the main focus of our trip. That was something that we did just a couple of the days where we went to Dollywood one day and then we went to Gatlinburg. And when we were on this trip, when we were cozying up in our cabin and stuff, we did rewatch my last trip there because I like to do that. I like to go back and see, because I forget, you edit videos, you upload them, and then 5 years later you do the same experience, but then you're what did I do last time? Or what did we experience this last time? And so to be able to rewatch my trip to Dollywood and for you to having now had that experience at Dollywood and familiarity, I guess, to see my previous trip, it was just you know what I mean? Where it's everything made sense, where you're I have now been to this park. It's when we watch if we had watched somebody else vlog at Disneyland and we'd never been to Disneyland, and then we finally went to Disneyland, now we're rewatching those videos in that context.
Yeah,
it all makes sense. Or watching somebody go on a cruise or something like that.
Well, did you want to start building our gingerbread houses while we talk about our trip?
Okay, as long as I can enjoy my butterbeer eggnog. My eggnog in my butterbeer
I was
mug.
They have butterbeer eggnog?
That would be crazy.
I don't like eggnog, but I would at least try that if they did. No, I'm good.
I tend to look so disgusted.
I keep trying eggnog and I just can't. I can't get it. I don't get it.
Any Hornsby family trips coming up? Yes. Yeah. In a couple days. We're going to North Carolina to spend Christmas with my brother Travis, sister-in-law Christine, my niece and nephew Margot and Isaac, and then Christine's parents. And it's going to be...
And Dennis and your parents.
Yeah, Dennis and my parents are coming up too.
Forgot them.
And you.
And me.
I was building up to it. You gotta... No, we got to name everybody else. So yeah, we're going to be up there for Christmas. And Travis, similarly to how Dennis wanted to have Thanksgiving at his place, Travis wanted to have Christmas together at his place. They just remodeled their entire house. So the last time that I went, it's going to look completely different. Like, this is your first time even going.
Yeah.
To
I
see
think
Travis's
you
place.
filmed some videos in their old house.
I did, yeah. But it's so different now.
Yeah.
Like the remodeling that they did on that house. Like, it looks awesome from what I can tell. I don't know how, like... This is the thing with family, right? Like, I don't know how much I'm going to be filming and stuff. Like, we're going to be giving out Christmas presents, to each other and to the kids and stuff. I'm not going to film that for YouTube. If I do film it, it's going to be like, because we have like family, like YouTube videos and stuff that we just kind of share like amongst ourselves that are a little bit more like intimate and personal.
Ones that are
and
privated.
Stuff. Where
Like
it's like
home movies.
like a one take of like the entire Christmas morning,
Yeah,
basically.
stuff that you don't need to see all of.
Yeah.
But Rachel says we live 5 minutes from the Knoxville airport and we love Orlando. Maybe we could do a house switch like on the movie Holiday. Have you seen The Holiday?
No.
It's with Jack Black. And they switch. That's fine as long as you take care of Arlo and the cats.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll swap.
Don't take any of my trinkets. I categorized all of them. I know how many there are. And
Eggnog is an acquired taste. I understand. I don't care for it. Yeah. It's like a texture too. It's, I don't know.
it's delicious.
One of my favorite live streams ever was when you guys were building gingerbread houses in the old apartment and Roy's kept falling down.
I think that's the
your
magic
mom's here.
that we try to duplicate. Yay! Hi, Mom. We're talking about our Dollywood, our Tennessee,
Dollywood?
our Tennessee and Dollywood, and Purge and Purge, and the other one, Gatlinburg.
Okay.
Which little asterisk to that, Mama. If you haven't watched those videos, there are spoilers to your Christmas presents there. So I don't know. Maybe wait to watch some of those, or not. I don't know. It's up to you. Yeah. So we are going to
They
make.
said we have 2 dogs too, so we don't mind swapping, and they have Pokemon cards that need organizing.
Opening up Pokemon cards is one thing. Organizing them is another thing.
Yeah, Roy organizes his a lot.
I actually just finally, like, for the most part, now I have more, but I categorized and organized all of my Pokemon bulk. I either like kept the hits and put them in a binder, or I was able to organize them into packs with like lesser hits or duplicate hits or whatever, and then donate those to Give Kids the World. So I just like dropped off like a box of like Give Kids the World like mystery packs. I've done that like a few times, which that's always cool. And every time that I've done it, it's always like kind of a polar reaction to like the team that works there. It's either like, whoa, Pokemon cards! Or you walk in with this box of Pokemon cards and it's like, they look confused, Which,
It's for the children.
yeah. So what I'm going to do now
These cookies actually smell really good.
is...
Ooh,
Sorry.
scaly.
Let's see if I can do this. I think we tried to do this last time and it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this camera, and then I'm able to like switch over to it. But we are both probably gonna bump it. But whatever. What are you gonna do? It's already wiggling around already. Let's see. Does that look decent enough? So, okay, we can start like kind of putting it together. I think here, and then maybe once we like get a little bit more progress, we can show the camera off.
Mm-hmm.
The first time that we did this, that was definitely traumatizing. God.
Oh,
But that was
need
like-
scissors for the icing.
Yeah, got it.
Oh, cool.
So, hi everybody. If you're just coming into the live stream, wow, we've already been live for almost like half an hour. I still need to eat dinner. Yeah, we're just kind of catching up and talking about our Tennessee trip and like particular fun memories or answering the questions if anybody has questions about it. I just posted the last day, which is why I'm doing this literally right now. I wanted to post and publish that video as soon as it was done rendering, so then I could upload, or I could go live, and then this could be like a, this video will maintain, it will stay on my channel after it is live. So if you're watching this on the replay, that's the word.
Scissors.
Oh.
Scalpel. Thank you.
Then hello from not live, but you're watching the replay, and we're talking about our Dollywood trip. Oh, can you tell we're rusty with live streams? We don't do it often enough to be like good at it.
You're the one rambling.
You are in every like fourth live stream. But I don't have the budget to afford you for every live stream. Good Lord. Okay. I've just been holding this like this for like 5 minutes. So it's not going to look like this. I can definitely tell you that. All right. Let me show you, I guess, this camera so you can kind of see what this is going to look like. So I'm able to like put the camera right there, right? So you can kind of see our little cookies in houses as we go. And then, see, I already did it. And I can actually like flip it around if I want to. Want to watch me flip it?
Flip what around?
Watch. Whoa.
Oh,
and I can see our cookies and then our faces.
You can see our cookies.
Let's keep it like this. This is great.
Okay.
Can I move that? Okay. Interesting. So I thought I like...
Huh.
Oh. I made us wider. Okay, I'm going to move us back over here. Move us up a little bit. Woohoo! Okay. What do you think about that?
Looks good.
That'll work.
I've got limited space over here, though.
Yeah.
So I only have this quadrant.
Yeah. I mean, this is just like a little workspace to just put stuff in. So, our Dollywood trip.
I keep thinking this box over here is Arlo, like just laying on the carpet, and it keeps catching my eye.
So we went to Tennessee because we have always wanted to together. And we went to a coffee shop like a month before we did this trip. And this was like one of the few mornings where like we both worked late that night. So we actually had a morning together, which was really nice. And I'm going to switch this back again because we're not really doing anything too exciting yet. Right?
I'm building.
I'm working on it.
You're yapping.
All right. Switch. There it is. Yeah, so we went to the coffee shop and we were like, I don't know, I get like a certain mentality sometimes from just like, if we're going to do this, let's do it, you know? And just, we started that entire process of just looking into like cabins and transportation costs and what the flight itinerary would be, and will we take connecting flights or will we take, were there any direct flights, and then like just that whole transportation logistics, I guess, of the trip. And we knew kind of like the time frame that we had to do what we wanted to do, which ended up being 5 days, you know, with a couple of travel days there. Because the entire trip was sort of built around Dollywood, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you know, and then what we kind of like added on to that experience was kind of contingent on the time that we had. You're going to have to talk too.
I am. Waiting for people to ask questions or something.
Yeah, you can just talk. You don't need to be asked a question.
No, it was very nice and spontaneous and last minute, and it was the push that we needed to finally plan this, because we had been talking about doing this for years.
Yeah.
And then it was, well, let's go to California, and then it was, well, let's go on a cruise, and then it was, let's go on another cruise. And then it's like, okay, we need to stop going on cruises because they're too easy and it's keeping us from doing other trips like going to Tennessee.
Well, the cruise was something that like my family wanted to do, that we wanted to do with them.
Well, I'm
So
not
that
talking
was,
about the Alaska cruise.
Yeah, but that was like a big deal, you know?
Lifetime experience. Very happy. 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Would want to do that again.
And
Well, Peter's here. Dollywood during Christmas sounds magical. Would love to go someday and try that cinnamon bread. The cinnamon bread is so worth it. It tastes like, to me, I felt like I wasn't surprised at the taste because like I had envisioned the taste in my head for so long and it was exactly how I imagined it. So I was like, yes, but like in the best way. It's so soft, so warm.
to go during Christmas just to Tennessee was, sort of just like accidentally perfect, where I have only ever gone to Gatlinburg during the summer. So then like suddenly this like spontaneous idea of going during Christmas was like, oh my God, that is so perfect. Like what an absolutely perfect like way to do this together. Like we're going for the first time together, but then we're going to be experiencing it like in a very different way for both of us. I don't think you've gone during Christmas.
Not when I was a young adult. I've gone as a child.
During Christmas to Gatlinburg?
I don't know if like Christmas necessarily, but definitely cold weather.
Okay. The thing is, we didn't even go in the like coldest time that we like. This was like the beginning of the cold season, which is kind of embarrassing because it was frigid for us at like points, and there wasn't even like as much snow as there could have been, like especially like in Ober Gatlinburg and everything. I'm just making a mess.
Is this how I do it? I need the box. Oh, wait, no, these are shingles.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. There's a very reasonable amount of good enough with this at this point. The amount of times that we've done this and never successfully.
Even about our trip, I was like, "What? You constructed that fast."
Yeah, but won't stay together.
And I'm kind of waiting for my icing to dry a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think my roof is too stable.
So, I knew this would be like kind of a distraction to like talking about like the trip, but the videos are supposed to speak for themselves too. I tend to be like overly narrative when I record like videos and trips and stuff together, where it's I don't know. I want to make this as like an experience that people can experience along with us, you know. So like particular jump cuts where it you don't know where we just came from or where we're walking or what like our agenda or plan is. For this kind of an experience, like I want to make it to where it's very easy to follow.
Oh, we forgot to talk about the other thing that we did on the last day, that jungle.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
What do you mean we'll get there?
We got to talk about everything else.
What?
So I want to like walk through our trip, right? So we flew out of Orlando, and we had a connecting flight in Atlanta. The first flight, the first part of our trip was delayed getting into Atlanta. We had a very limited like window in order to catch our connecting flight to Knoxville. So sort of preemptively, like we didn't miss the flight at this point yet. But I received the notification that I could change my secondary leg of my trip because delays impacted the first part of the trip, right? And so I decided to go and do that, and I thought it'd be smart to do that just before we missed it outright, and then and then we would have been forced to get like a secondary flight, and like what if there weren't seats on that flight? We had to take a later flight, and that would have completely messed up the entire secondary part of our day, basically just getting to Tennessee. So preemptively, I booked a second flight, like a secondary leg of the flight for that day oh my God, I can't talk. I booked a different flight because our first flight was delayed. That should be so easy to say. I bumped the camera. And it worked out really well because we got to go into the cockpit with Delta pilots, and we got to sit in their seats. You got to wear the pilot hat. We got trading cards and wings and an experience that is usually probably reserved for like children, as far as I know.
Or aviation enthusiasts?
Yeah. I don't know. It was just the one of the pilots just saw us with a camera just kind of waiting outside the gate, and was just like, are you like doing a vlog or something? And was just like, oh yeah, just kind of documenting our, because I don't like to like brag and boast as if this is something that is like
I'm a vlogger.
like I'm a vlogger. Like of course I'm a vlogger. Look at me. I'm so cool. It's if anything, it's something that I'm the complete opposite. Like where
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed by it, or I'm just like, oh, I'm just I'm
Just filming our trip.
just recording our trip, family memories, and be able to share with our family and.
Oh no.
Because that is true, like we don't do things for the, for we're vlogging this for you, the viewer. You're welcome. It's like absolutely not. We do what we want to do.
You do it for us.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like for people that do this for like a legitimate job, then that's like sort of a different scenario where, they're doing something to be able to showcase it to that audience that wants to see their perspective and their opinion and review about this experience. But as of now, we're just doing what we want to do because we want to do it, and I think that that's like an honest experience. But yeah, so we... Oh no, here we go. I feel like I remember these like spilling everywhere last time too.
Yeah.
So we eventually made it into Knoxville about an hour later than we would have with our original flight. And then I had set up a rental car to pick that up. That took a while to get that. So when we finally got from Knoxville to Pigeon Forge, which was about like a 45-minute, hour-long drive through like the dark woe is me. The roads of Tennessee took a little bit to get to Pigeon Forge, and this is where something that you wanted to do came into play because you really wanted to go to the Comedy Barn. You talk.
The Comedy Barn is a place that my parents and I would go to on our trips to Tennessee. My dad, which like I learned for the first time when we saw him the other day, he used to go to the Comedy Barn as a kid because like they're celebrating their 50th year this year, and my dad like I guess has pictures of him going up on the stage and like doing cool stuff. So I didn't even realize that it went that far back. So it makes sense why he took me and my mom when I was little, and like why we kind of kept going back. And then our last trip, I was a full adult at this point, but we were like, oh man, my beads are falling like icicles. But we just had fun. We're like, hey, we have a free moment. Let's just go as a family and like be nostalgic. And we just ended up having a great time. Again, like it's geared towards family. So it's PG comedy, but it's funny. And so I was like, I want Roy to go. I want this. I want to like bridge the gap of memories.
I kept on like messing with Brennan because I with a lot of like shows in like Gatlinburg or in like Pigeon Forge and stuff, like there could be like a dinner theater aspect to it, like Medieval Times or like Dixie Stampede. So I kept on saying over and over again, just like I can't wait to go to the dinner show. Like, oh, whenever we get to Pigeon Forge, we'll have dinner at the Comedy Bar because it's a dinner show. So I almost convinced myself at a point that it was a dinner show, and I had to be like, no, it is not a dinner show. It's just a show.
Yeah, because he's thinking like Dixie Stampede and stuff.
But we barely made that show. That really worked out for us. Just by the time that we got to Pigeon Forge, we had like half an hour
This is not
to
my
like.
best work.
It looks lovely.
Shut up.
You have your Sour Patch Kids up there too.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what to do with them.
Yeah, so we literally only had like less than half an hour
There they go.
to get food and then to like park and then get inside and watch the show. Oh no. Come here. Come back. And we had dinner at Hardee's, which I was like kind of bummed about. Like the
It was funny.
Vlogging like often, it induces this opportunity to do something like unique and different and showcase something that's fun. Whereas like if we weren't recording something, it'd be like, let's just grab some Taco Bell or something. I don't know. We only have like half an hour. But doing a vlog, it's like I want to get something that's like inherently Pigeon Forge. I want to get barbecue. I want to get something that's unique, like a little hole in the wall like restaurant, but we just did not have time, so we just got burgers, which is okay. We're allowed to have real experiences. All right. I hope so.
A mess and a half. Oh my god. There's arguing everywhere.
So the Comedy Barn show, I got to go up on stage, which like really caught me off guard. Like I had,
and I was like, yeah.
Like, and seeing what everybody else did on stage, I really was very fortunate.
Unfortunate?
I was fortunate. Because like the other like volunteers, which I wish I had like filmed the show, but I'm glad that I didn't, in the sense that I was able to like enjoy it. But like whenever I like either do or don't film something, I want to make sure that I like make that conscious decision, where it's like either I don't film anything or I film a little bit of everything and like edit it all together. And I wish I had filmed, because it was just like the
We didn't know if we could film or not, but then once Roy went on stage, I was like, screw it. And I took the camera out.
yeah.
Larry wants to know if
then we confirmed like, oh no, they're totally fine with filming, because they used to sell DVDs, and then they're like, it's like an advertisement.
Larry wants to know if we broke into the moonshine yet.
Yes.
Yes.
So
I've never been to Dollywood, but I've been to Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri, and they look very similar to each other. And Silver Dollar City even has cinnamon bread. Mm-hmm. I'm down.
I'm pretty sure I've been to Silver Dollar City.
Have you tried mini golf at Knoxville Golf?
No. I don't think so. Yeah, but back to Comedy Barn. So I got invited on stage.
Shoot.
Well, good thing there's no animals in here. I got invited on stage.
No, I'm stuck in here.
And the stuff that other volunteers did, like, they actually tried to get me to come back up on stage. Like, the guy that brought me up on to do, like, the juggling cups and stuff, which I was very happy that I was able to get that cup. I was proud of myself. The other guy, there was, like, another, like, juggler, comedian, and he tried to, like, recruit me during, like, the intermission, but I was like, I did do the other thing with the other guy, and he's like, oh, okay, then you're my backup. Like, you're my standby or something like that. So
my standby hunk.
Yeah, because he was looking for like 4 like dudes, and this is kind of like a shtick, where at theme parks where it's like, let's make men uncomfortable. Like it's always kind of that trope where like you get like the manly dudes up on stage and
let's embarrass them.
Yeah, like let's make them dance around and look silly so their wives can be like, oh Henry, you looked so uncomfortable out there. Yeah, but they made like these 4 dudes like lay on each other's laps and stuff for like 5 minutes.
If you've seen that trick where
like you lay down, like you sit down
you
in
have
a
4
chair.
people who sit like back to back, and then you like lay down, and then just like the weight of everybody holding each other up in a square just inherently causes them to hold each other up.
Mm-hmm. And then there was like another volunteer where this guy's like shtick was like ping pong balls, juggling them, but using his mouth to like, and like he had this guy hold like a plexiglass, and he was just like spitting him at his face and bouncing him off and stuff, and making fun of him and everything. So I'm glad I got to do the one that I did. It was the most like, I don't know, like
least embarrassing.
I guess so. Yeah, and then I actually, got to juggle a cup, and I did a pretty good job, I think.
Yeah.
And then like these, like both of the comedians that like, well, there was, so the show had animals in it. The show had cloggers, tap dancers. It had a live band. It had these 2 comedian jugglers. It had a ventriloquist. Like there's just such a variety show that this show had, and that's why like I wish I'd like filmed a little bit more of it than I did. But the comedians had both worked at Disney World, so that was like a fun conversation to like have with them, like working in like Citizens of Hollywood or like kind of old entertainment offerings that don't even exist anymore, and just kind of that they ended up here was like a very small world situation. Speaking of small world situation, I ran into at Dollywood. I didn't put this in the video, but like at Dollywood when we were touring Dolly's bus.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like I forget how that like came up, if like you overheard them talking about.
Yeah, they were talking to
Florida.
The person working at the tour bus, and I was waiting for you to come out of it, and they're like, yeah, we're from Orlando, and I was just like, I'm from Orlando too. And then they were like, oh, where in Orlando? And I told them like the neighborhood that we live in, and they're like, no way, like we just moved to that neighborhood too. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like we go to the same Target. Like these people that we met outside of Dolly's tour bus.
And then I found out that I work with her mom.
Yeah.
And I literally saw her the other day, and I was just like, I met your daughter at Dollywood. And that was cool. Yeah, skipping forward a little bit to Dollywood, but yeah. So the Comedy Barn show, I got a hat because I'm trying to I wanted to show I'm part of the family, you know, and for your parents to be proud of me and stuff.
They are.
Yeah, so I wanted to be like, look at me, I did family tradition stuff. Just like whenever you do stuff, my mom appreciates it when you like go somewhere that we have gone, like in Pensacola or something. It's like you're part of the family.
Yeah.
It's fun. So yeah, then we checked into our yurt. We stayed in a yurt.
A lot of people have been asking where this yurt is and how they can find it.
I don't know. I don't remember even how we like booked it. And the thing is, it was so cheap. I think it was $129 a night.
I bet
like
if you just Google yurts near Dollywood, it will show up.
It has to.
It's like right around the corner from Dollywood.
I don't know if this was like an off season, so it'd be more expensive in different times of year or whatever. But like that was just one of the best deals, the best stays, the most convenient to the location that we could have. Like the idea of anything being like $100 around Walt Disney World is just ridiculous to like think about, you know.
What was your favorite roller coaster in Dollywood? Mystery Mine.
Mine, I think. I don't know. I had more fun, I think, on Thunderhead this time. I think Lightning Rod.
Is that the one where my beanie came down over my eyes?
No, that was Wild Eagle.
No, it's not.
No, wait. Yes, it was. Wasn't it?
Yeah, Eagles where I whacked my arm.
No. Tennessee Tornado. That's where your
Oh, then what's the
your beanie fell down.
What's the one that you're talking about then?
The wooden coaster over by Wildwood Grove.
Oh, yeah, that one.
That was the one that we like were nervous. Like, were we going to ride it because like the announcer had said like, the temperature is
inclement weather.
Yeah, is going down, and we're only able to operate at a certain temperature per manufacturing like requirements. So
I think I've done all I can do that this building can withstand.
Oh no, where are your little guys?
They're little bushes.
Oh. Don't you want to do something with these guys?
Huh?
You want to do something with these guys?
Do you want them for yours?
No. So I do want to talk about like Dollywood. Like I think I was most excited to go to Dollywood and then talk about it and like your experience and your opinions about it and stuff. Because like going with my family like 5 years ago, it was just such a like an exciting like going back to Dollywood like as an adult that wants to ride roller coasters and like just experience this park like as an adult. It's just like such a difference than I remember doing it like when I was a kid and stuff. Where I was terrified of rides when I was younger, so it was all about the live entertainment and the shows and riding the train probably. Like I don't even remember going as a kid, but I know that I did.
Train. I loved it. It's just like we both love theme parks. We've both surrounded ourselves with Disney and Universal for so long that it was getting to this point where it's like, okay, as people who love theme parks, appreciate this industry, like we need to start branching out. Like we need to start doing things outside of the norm of Disney and Universal. We went to California and did those. And then we finally did Knott's Berry Farm. Mm-hmm. So that was exciting to finally experience a new theme park. So that's kind of like what gave me the push to want to go to Tennessee, to go to Dollywood. So I was excited.
Mm-hmm. And Dollywood definitely feels like a just a big frontier land to me, you know? So that's just, that aesthetic, just like, again, doing it a few years ago, which is something that I was obsessed with coming back and doing. What we were nervous about was, again, that temperature aspect where it was cold when we were there. Like it was in like the 30s pretty much the entire weekend. It just started to get barely back into the 40s when we left.
A few degrees away from coaster closure all day.
Yeah, like when we got there, the high was like in the like high 30s, and I think it ended up being like 40, and just like waiting, you know, for that inevitable. Like every single ride is closed now due to it being too cold, and it's not like rain or like a thunderstorm or lightning it'll pass at some point. It's not going to get warmer than this as the day continues on. So that's when we got there at park opening. After going to a little mill for breakfast, which was fun. The places that we went for like breakfasts and dinners and stuff, they're at Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. We went to like the Bear Tavern. We went to Cumberland and Jack's. We went to Crockett's Breakfast Camp. You know, so just like all those like places were like super cool to go to. But yeah, we got to ride the rides. We prioritized just making sure that we did the roller coasters. I think the worst part about Dollywood is not doing Blazing Fury.
Roy was so disappointed.
Because I knew you would have liked it so much. And like,
Well, I know you would have loved it. Well, you have done it, which is why I know you love it, because you did love it, and that's why you wanted to share it with me, because it reminded you of the Calico Mine Ride, or the Calico Mine Ride reminded you of Blazing Fury.
So that was sad. Because it's like a dark ride roller coaster hybrid that you're just not expecting, and it was just like, I don't know, that was cool. But again, it gives us an opportunity to come back, and do stuff that we couldn't do this time because it was winter. Next time when it's like summer or spring or something. So I think Lightning Rod, I want that to still be my favorite, and I didn't want to talk about it too much and be like negative about it, because I wasn't sure like how I felt fully in the moment. But the removal of the launch,
bumped this,
is a bummer. That was sad. I did not realize how like massive of a part that ride, like that launch made that ride with just exploding over the top of the mountain, and then you're just in this coaster and it just does not slow down until you come back.
I mean, it's still never slowed down. It's a great coaster. Like, it's very popular for a reason. I think why I liked Mystery Mine so much was the mystery of this ride. Like, I got on it thinking that it was just going to be a coaster, or like the, what's the wild mouse? What's that?
What?
What's that ride system called?
I don't know what you're talking about.
How the mine ride and this ride vehicles that we were in with the track. How that's usually like the wild mouse ride.
What ride are you talking about?
Mystery Mine.
What about it?
Oh my God. Somebody help me out.
I don't know what you're saying.
Never mind. Anyway.
I was putting your Sour Patch on my house.
Anyway, I expected it to just be this one ride system, but then it had so many like surprises inside, and like that's just what made me love it so much. Was I was just like giggling.
Yeah. Well, it like
when we go to the fair
vertical lifts,
and we ride the coaster, and it's the like what in Dino Land that coaster used to be
the Wild Mouse.
Wild Mouse.
Yeah.
Why are you saying it's so matter of fact when I sit there and asked you?
I didn't. But I don't know. I thought you were talking about. I don't know. I thought you were talking about like Fire Chaser Express or something.
No, the like ride system of it reminds me of a Wild Mouse coaster because of the ride vehicle.
It's very.
I thought it's just very small.
It's like a Escape from Gringotts, really, because it's just like it's like a
student loan planner loves our decorations.
Thank you, student loan planner.
Thank you, student loan planner.
Hi, Travis. It's my brother, Travis. Yeah, it's very like Escape from Gringotts, because it has that like 2 rows of 4, kind of like just like a smaller ride vehicle.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a train like Wild Eagle or like Fire Chaser Express was.
Although the Wild Eagle, that was cool. Like the ride vehicles being like in the wingspan of like the coaster, that was cool.
I brought Reese's. I feel like I'm gonna give you your guys back.
That's fine.
Fire Chaser Express bummed me out a little bit because they didn't have like the fire effects, so like it wasn't as like I remember going with like Travis and Dennis and riding that, but it was still fun. And then Wild Eagle was like just awesome.
Student loan planner, do you remember your trip to Dollywood? I love Gringotts because I'm a greedy goblin. Thanks, student loan planner.
Thank you, student loan planner. Where's everybody else? Where's Dennis and my dad?
Right? Where's my mom? She usually pops in here. Or Max.
We did get to ride the Dollywood Express, which was really cool. Didn't think we were going to be able to because it's apparently like it's a coal engine train, and it produces cinders, which can be a fire hazard. So I guess depending on how dry or like the conditions of just the where the train runs through Dollywood, through the mountains. Travis can't remember anything about Dollywood, but he can't publicly say why. JK.
What is that?
He had too much cinnamon bread. Which the cinnamon bread at Dollywood actually reminded me of the CC's like cinnamon rolls, which is weird.
But the CC's cinnamon rolls are like packed with butter. Like you squeeze
Oh no. Mom said, Dad, say hi too.
Your dad's in here too. Hello everybody.
So man, I was like so ready to have like this like dedicated, uh, just going through our entire trip and every detail and thought and stuff. But
I got the ash or like the cinders in my eye too. Like
Yeah.
they made a whole speech about it, and I was like, oh wow, this must be a thing. And like I think 2 minutes in, I'm like, oh God, okay, I get it now. And then it happened in my other eye. So like for 5 minutes on the train, I'm like, just blinking.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went
But
away.
I'm glad that we got to do it. Did not get to do that last time with the family. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. We didn't see any live entertainment, so that's
No.
something that I would really like to do next time. Like, there's so many next times. Usually, I don't like leaning into the next times. I'm very much so like, I am here right now. I'm at Dollywood. I want to do everything right now. Like, there is no like, oh yeah, next time we can come back. But just things not even being open. Of course, we have to come back next time. What do I do?
Nothing, just Travis.
Oh.
I think he's just entertaining himself in the comments right now.
Probably. You excited for us to come up there, Travis? Gonna move this. Any other like thoughts about Dollywood? Any like expectations that you had, or like did it meet your expectations? Like,
I think so.
okay,
No, I had a great time. I very much look forward to going back. I love that I got to experience new coasters. I'm glad I got to experience a new favorite coaster. I would like to go back and see the entertainment and stuff too, and maybe do more of the Dolly Parton experience stuff, because I think there's like more of a Dolly Parton museum. Like I loved seeing her tour bus. I loved seeing the replica of her childhood home and everything. So I think I'd like to go more into that stuff next time too.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that like the shows definitely are like the huge like attraction there. That I want to go back and see, you know, and then I want to get some food. So many places were closed again
Yeah.
that we didn't get to go to. Like I want to
go to Aunt Granny's, like have the appetite.
yeah.
It was a buffet.
And I think again we were kind of like there was that concept of like we don't have a lot of time before it gets too cold, so we can't spend too much time just like eating, because then we lose that daylight and that temperature to be able to do like the attractions that we really want to do. So yeah, that's why we kind of just kept it quick with food.
Oh, speaking of food, I need to feed Arlo.
Yeah. I guess just to kind of move through the rest of our trip. The next day we went to Dollywood and we checked out of our yurt. I think some of my favorite parts of the trip were actually coming back to the yurt or the cabin and just kind of getting cozied up. We would like bring food back, like or pick food up or just have leftovers or something. And just again to be able to be like, it's just so cozy, right? When it's so cold outside, but you're in this just like warm
I would
place
love to go
all
back.
to yourself.
I'd
was
love to
just
go back
so
to that
nice.
particular campground.
We went to Dollywood. This one threw us off. We don't have to go into it too much, but there was a parade. There was like a Christmas parade
In Gatlinburg.
that we did not anticipate, that we didn't watch. We got to see the floats on our way to our cabin to check into the cabin, but we didn't come back because the roads were closed and because it just would have been this massive commitment to even try to get back to Dollywood, and then we would have been trapped and stuff, depending on even if we could park. So,
Do you want to turn this guy off now?
no,
Okay. Just look at our creations.
I guess. Yeah, so I'll kind of move out of this. Okay. I guess it just looked... Oh, my goodness. Sour Patch Kid got me. It looked so much nicer when it was up there. Yeah, so we didn't get to see the parade, but we saw the floats. And what else did we do in Dollywood or in Gatlinburg? Oh, we did Ober Gatlinburg. We went to Ober Mountain, duh.
Yeah. I kind of
And
want to
that
eat
was
this
so cool.
now.
Eat it.
I'm going to do it. Because the cookies smelled good and fresh still.
Mm-hmm. There's my house.
Oh.
Is it pretty? It's awful, I know.
Here's my house.
And there it goes.
Nice and pretty.
So I'd only ever been to Gatlinburg like during the summer, so I'd actually see snow there because my mom had talked about that, like them blasting snow like for skiing. And it's always weird when you're like you go to a place the same way every single time and you never see it any other way, and you start to kind of convince yourself like they would never. How could they? There's snow would never be up here. There's no way this would ever be used for as like a ski lift to go skiing or snowboarding. Like, that's ridiculous. Look, all the trees are green, and so it was cool to actually see snow. I think it was artificial because it was getting pumped in there. But like seeing like the video of Ober Gatlinburg and just like what it looks like when it's really snowing, that looked gorgeous. But if we couldn't even handle it then, I have no idea how we could handle it with like actual snow in Ober Mountain. Finally got to ice skate. The amount of times that I've gone there and seen an ice skating rink and been like, that'd be cool. And we finally did it.
I love ice skating. I didn't like my skates though.
Yeah. We took the ski lift up to the top to an observation deck that I'd never seen before because we would always get off at the Alpine slide level and take that down. That was something I really wanted you to do. Didn't get to do it because it was closed for the season. We did not do the mountain coaster there, which I did last time. Oh, I'm good. I have my own.
Get it off.
No, you can do it. Yeah, so that Ober experience was like a very new one, which was cool because everything that we wanted to do, that I wanted to do, we did not get to do, but we got to do new stuff.
Yeah.
So it made it work. And that's when we checked into the cabin. The next day, we had like a later start because we were trying to figure out what to eat, and Gatlinburg was very challenging just to be able to find a place to have breakfast or like an early lunch.
Everything was very busy.
It was busy, and then parking, you have to pay to park wherever you park. So
Which it probably
you have to commit to
was
the area that you're going to be
because of the parade and everybody
at.
was in town.
Maybe. Yeah. And then we went to the Great Smoky Mountains, which this was like a highlight, definitely. Like to go to Gatlinburg and not go to the Smokies. Like this was another one of those big tier, like Pigeon Forge, Dollywood, Gatlinburg, Great Smoky Mountains that we wanted to do really bad. Because of our later start. Yay, Mom likes our gingerbread houses.
Even mine now.
Because of our later start, going to the Smokies, I do not recommend this at all. Like if you're going hiking, you need ample time and provisions and water. You need to have a map. You need to be overly prepared for a hike that you're going to be undertaking. Yes. And we did not do that. We started it. It wasn't like dangerously late, but
it wasn't that dramatic. I think Roy was starting to get stressed, but
so
I wasn't fearful of anything.
I'm not going to say that I was afraid because it's just the concept of even at a certain point being able to turn around and go back the way that we came. It was feasible. It was reasonable, but it did get to that point where because of when the sun set, that's what made me nervous because it got to that point of even if we did turn around and decide to just go back the way that we came to get back to the parking lot that way, it would be dark, definitely, by the time that we turned around, So we're either committing to finishing this now during daylight and just presuming that this is the accurate trail, we're going in the right way, because there were no trail markers, there were no there was no verification that we were on the right trail, which the trail that we were on most of the time was very discernibly a trail. At certain points, there were a lot of leaves on the ground, and just the terrain, the tread of the trail was a little bit faded and somewhat challenging to actually be able to, it was easier to see from a distance far away than it was to actually look down at the ground in front of you and follow the trail. So that was a little bit nerve-wracking. And then just again, that idea of it being dark and then it being cold. Colder than I've ever been used to, at night. I don't know, it was a little bit nerve-wracking, but it was still fun. We still had a good time, and I'm glad that we did it. And next time maybe we can do a couple smaller trails, maybe do waterfalls. I love the first half of that hike was by Little River, which was a beautiful river that I jumped around in multiple times. Because my mom can vouch for that. I've always loved jumping on rocks and trees and stuff and rivers and creeks. But we did that trail and we did get back to the car safe and sound and made it back to Gatlinburg. And that was our Gatlinburg night where we did the moonshine tasting and we ended up at a pub and had like a beer each, and we got some like food that we had some there, and we brought back the rest to like have that back in the cabin.
That's the place I would go to again when we go back. Is that little village area?
And we didn't do certain like roadside things that these weren't like definite things that I wanted to do, but like
that's what I would want to do.
Laser tag and mini golf that I've done with like my roommates and my friends and stuff, or my friends and my brothers.
Like if I go back, it would be so fun to just hit up a couple bars on the strip and then like dip into one of the Ripley's things. I love kitschy roadside attraction stuff, and like that's what I want to do next time we go. Like they have the Titanic Museum there, and I'm like really wanting to do that. And then I want to go back to their Ripley's there.
I think that this was like our.
Also, Tennessee is like obsessed with Ripley's. Does anyone know why?
Yeah. We kind of like how we went to Disneyland for the first time, where we wanted to do Disneyland and California Adventure. We wanted to go to Universal Studios Hollywood. We wanted to go to the Walt Disney Studios, and it's like we wanted to do so much in such a little time. Versus like next time, like let's just go to Gatlinburg and the Smokies, or like let's just go to Pigeon Forge, and like you need to kind of decide what you actually want to do.
Yeah,
I think in that area, and we just did a bunch of everything.
My hands are so sticky.
I know. Yeah, so that was like a nice. I'm glad that we got that night in Gatlinburg after the previous night of not, because we were kind of that night we just kind of went to the cabin and just ended up staying there. So it was cool to like actually walk around Gatlinburg and like shop for some fun stuff and have some drinks and have some eats.
You should check out the Wax Museum next trip. It's really funny.
Yeah, there was just so much there that like dark rides and again like the mini golf and escape rooms and laser tag and stuff that we need to do. And then the next day, the video that I just uploaded, this kind of made up for not getting to do the mountain
Which I'm going to watch this one after
Yeah.
this live stream. I'm going to go shower and get ready for bed because I'm an old lady, and then I'm going to watch the video.
Yeah, so we checked out of our cabin, and then we did get some breakfast there at the place that we'd wanted to go the previous morning, but I actually got a reservation
which I'm so glad we were able to go back there.
That was so cool.
The portions, I wish I was prepared for the portions of that food.
Very overwhelming portions.
I had a fried cinnamon roll. And it was so good. It gave the cinnamon bread a run for its money. Oh my gosh.
But then the pancakes were like
It looked
pancakes.
like a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
It was insane.
But it was delicious. So that was like our brunch for the day. And then we did like a few just like, let's do some fun stuff on our way back to Knoxville before we need to catch our flight. So we did the Moonshine Mountain Coaster in Gatlinburg, which was the first coaster in Gatlinburg, the first mountain coaster that was originally the Gatlinburg Mountain Coaster, I think. It was built 10 years ago. And then we went back to Pigeon Forge and ended up doing the Jurassic...
No, we did the second mountain coaster.
Well, first we did the Jurassic
Did we?
River boat ride.
You're right. Jurassic River boat ride was the weirdest...
No, Jurassic Jungle boat ride.
Whatever. It was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. But I would recommend doing it. You have to do it to experience it.
It was old and it was scary because it was just dark and loud. It was
the
very
element
slow.
of surprise. It was like because it was so dark and things were so old, like you would hear something or see something and you just didn't know what it was gonna do. Like, is this gonna be like a river adventure movement where it's just gonna be like this? Like, is it gonna come at me like it's HHN? It's like cheap and cheesy.
You could see it like in the dark too, and it'd just be like stagnant and static, and then just all of a sudden it'd be fully lit up, and then there was a lot of loud noises. One of the dinosaurs kept on doing this, and Britain thought that was cute.
It was so funny. Did you see the old time Smoky Kitchen where you can see them make the taffy?
Yes.
Yes.
And we got some free samples. It was awesome. See that, and that's stuff that we've done like as a family. That I'm, like a lot of like experiences. You kind of build them on the nostalgia of familiarity of having done them before. So it's like I got to do this because we always used to do this as a family. And then we would go here and we would eat this. And then you try to like fit in new stuff. You try to kind of push beyond that. And you go like, okay, I would usually go here.
Which is what we
did.
But
what if we went here,
like
right next to
the distillery and all that stuff. Like we tried new things. You did the Comedy Barn for me. And a lot of cool things that like we'll have stuff to do with our kids in the future to make our own Tennessee memories.
And yeah, just Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, just again having so much stuff to do and eat, and like, you know, we had to do the tour stuff. We had to do the moonshine. We had to do the mountain coasters and everything. And like, maybe next time we can hyper focus on like the very niche parts of like what make Pigeon Forge and Dollywood or in Gatlinburg so cool. And then we ended our trip with it was the Rocky Top mountain coaster.
The best mountain coaster I've ever done.
Yeah, which that was on the road,
10-minute
Boulevard.
experience.
Yeah, it's on the road that Dollywood is on, that our yurt address was on, that we drove past every day multiple times to get to Pigeon Forge. And do you want to talk about it?
I did. It was
I did.
It was 10 minutes worth of the mountain coaster. The price that you pay for just any other mountain coaster, like this one made it so worth it. It was so
The
fun.
previous one was like 3 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
And then included the lift hill and then like the 2-minute like mountain coaster down the mountain, which that one was similar to the Gatlinburg Over Mountain mountain coaster. But yeah, it was absolutely 10 minutes of an experience that we both rode tandem on, so that was fun. But also,
I've never done that tandem.
Also scarier, I guess, because like with it wasn't just us by ourselves controlling our own speeds and stuff, and we had more weight to
to move around.
It maybe felt like we were a little bit more like, we're not coming off the track, are we?
I think we did at one point.
Yeah, and then we drove back to Knoxville, returned the car, and took the connecting flight back to Atlanta, and then back to Orlando, and then we finally got home at like midnight. So yeah, that was pretty much our trip, and I know that I talked about it like extensively, probably more than we needed to, but I liked really kind of like just kind of detoxing with like just a general conversation about, and I know that I'm gonna do that thing where like I forget to talk about like the specifics of something that I like really wanted to. But that's okay. Some memories are just for us. Does anybody have any like final questions or anything about Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge or Dollywood or the Smokies?
What's the Bluetooth mic you've been using lately?
That is the Hollyland Lark M2. The little one that I wear on my shirt. Which I'm glad that I brought my camera that I could film in like 4K 60 frames for this. I brought the same one on like the Alaska cruise and stuff, and I've been bringing like the little like Canon G7X Mark II for like Thanksgiving, and I'll probably bring that to like North Carolina. But like these like grandiose trips to like Alaska and like the Great Smoky Mountains, to like bring a good camera to record that is, I think, pretty imperative. Do you have any final thoughts? Like your big highlight of the trip or something you want to do next time?
I mean, I've already talked about the stuff that I want to do next time. Like, I want to stay in those yurts again. I want to go back to Dollywood. I want to spend more time in Gatlinburg. And
the yurts were very like for two people, probably. So
yeah,
if you
they
go with
had
like a
little
family,
they had like a balcony upstairs that I think had a pull-out couch. Or if you bring like an air mattress, it could maybe comfortably fit 4 people at the most. But no, I think the thing that I loved the most about the trip is that not only
I was with you.
Well, yeah, like not only did the two of us collectively do everything that we wanted to do there, but we just kind of had a very smooth trip. Like minor bumps in the road, like no catastrophes, no fights, no like things like the rugs being pulled out from under us anywhere.
Like disagreements
like
with like
stuff,
what we would do that day.
Yeah, like stuff that happens on normal vacations for anybody. But it was just like everything was just so go with our own flows that it was just like that's what made that trip so wonderful. Yeah,
I think we planned it in a way that we had the stuff that we just knew that we wanted to do, like where we were going to be what day, and then just intrinsically building our day around that. Like we knew when we would be in Pigeon Forge and Dollywood and Gatlinburg and the Great Smokies, and then like just kind of figuring out like, all right, like what are we going to do in Pigeon Forge? What are we going to do in Gatlinburg? What are we going to do in the Smokies? And then just experiencing like Dollywood on such a quiet day. And in this video that I just posted last day where we drive past it to go to Knoxville, the parking lot was completely packed. So we chose the best day, even though it was warmer that day, so it made sense.
Yeah.
Like we got so lucky with having the park to ourselves pretty much.
Your mom wants to know our favorite coasters. The Mystery Mine. I got the shirt.
I don't know. Is a lightning rod, or do I need to like accept that the launch was such a huge part of why I liked lightning rod?
Your truth is your truth.
I think I had more fun on Thunderhead this trip, but they're all fun in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Recommendations for a camera for a new vlogger. I think the G7 X Mark II, pretty good. People still use it. It is so old now, but that is like the top tier, just recreational, easy camera.
Yeah.
Definitely. So thank you everybody for this is this was a weird live stream, like absolutely opening up mail and making gingerbread houses and talking about our Tennessee trip. But if you followed along on that trip, I appreciate it. It meant a lot to us to do that trip, and it was a lot of editing. I stayed up to like 4 o'clock in the morning last night because I was so like determined to be able to upload those last few days and be able to do this live stream just to kind of talk about it and have that like conversational closure on the trip. But I definitely think we're going to be back. We're going to do stuff that we did this time. We're going to do new stuff together for the first time, and it's going to be fun. So thanks everybody for coming to our live stream. I'm going to eat my house. Bye.
Bye.
Travis says, who would win in a fight, Dolly Parton or Mickey Mouse?
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. Bye.
Bye.